Okay, so I think I'm recording with a bit higher quality now. Been mostly working with on the ground and mud, grass, sort of a little bit of everything actually. The character changing sort of colour here is sort of depending if it's on an area where it can press into the ground, like muddy sort of areas, and then if it's black it just should stand normally on the rocks. It's quite tricky to get that to sort of work because this is sort of fake height which doesn't quite align all the time, but still working on it. But it does allow to have this three-dimensional detail otherwise wouldn't be able to have, but there is still some issues certainly on the slopes. But on sort of flatter areas it seems to be okay. It's like here, even though I'm on the rock, it's not so, it's a little bit high there. But yeah, I can adjust that quite easily, change the height. Yeah, so got all this fauna and sort of gorse stuff added in this muddy area, which is quite nice. And different layers of grass and the different paths and things as well. And in the distance it will sort of it sort of blends into the satellite map, so it uses the sort of satellite image for like some of the colours. So when you look sort of further away, it sort of has a little bit of a the actual colours that would be on the landscape. So I found the path again, so it's a bit like actually being on Dartmoor. You do get a bit lost. Yeah, so a lot of it is quite the same because it's obviously big broad areas which are quite similar. So trying to do interesting things like the weather changing and have some interaction stuff. That looks really nice there, the mud with the light on it there. Quite like that. The rocks and stuff. Sometimes some of these plants can go a little bit dark and on the underside. It's a little bit annoying, but there should be more. So there's a fern, but it should also be another plant here. Maybe I'll turn that off, but there should be more varieties of plants. So I'm going to sort of escape from this and just sort of move to the other areas. So there's like a forest. There's like a forest area as well. So that's the whole map. And these are the sort of the tours, but they're obviously placeholders at the moment. They're just sort of landmarks where they are on the map, like the main areas. Down here we sort of have like a forest and a river. It's more like a brook actually in the actual real life. I sort of made it a little bit bigger than what it would be. Yeah, I need to fill it in with actual river, but just sort of this riverbed stuff's quite nice. Quite like how that looks. And then in the forest we've got fallen leaves, clovers and that type of thing. Still not fully happy with these trees. I think I might switch to a different one. These are supposed to be oak trees, but they look a bit thin, so I want these sort of like thicker oaks. Got these fallen logs and stuff here as well. Yeah, so that's about it really. There's probably only a certain amount of places that are interesting on the whole map, because it is quite, some bits do get a bit repetitive, but like probably this distant part over here, there's not really anything going to be over here, but it's nice to have it in the background to see.